Hello everyone, today we will be seeing how we can operate permutations. So let alpha is equal to permutation 1 2 3 2 3 1 and beta is equal to 1 2 3 1 3 2. Then find alpha beta, beta alpha, alpha square and alpha inverse. Okay, so let us start with finding alpha beta. So if we want to find what will be alpha beta equal to, then first of all write alpha, then beta, and now we have to find what will be their product equal to. So the domain will be as it is 1 2 3 itself. Now what will be the image of 1 under alpha beta? So observe here that this is beta and this is alpha. And what is beta doing? Beta is mapping 1 to itself. And then what is alpha doing? Alpha is mapping this 1 to 2. So here we are having beta maps 1 to 1 and alpha maps 1 to 2. This one, the image of 1 under beta to 2. So here we will be having 2. Now let us find what is the image of 2. So what is beta doing? So you can see that beta is mapping 2 to 3 and alpha is mapping 3 to 1. So alpha beta will be mapping 2 to 1. So this is what we will be having. Now let us see what will be the image of 3. So beta is mapping 3 to 2 and alpha is mapping 2 to 3. We can see 3. So 3 will be mapped to itself. Okay. So this is what alpha beta is equal to. The reason of doing this is, if you remember, alpha is actually a permutation from set 1 2 3 to 1 2 3 itself, and similarly beta is a permutation from set 1 2 3 to itself, right? They are permutations, functions from 1 2 3 to itself, 1 1 on 2 functions from 1 2 3 to itself. So now let f be a function from a to b and g be a function from b to c. Then if I ask you what is G composition f, then G composition f will be a function from domain of f, which is A, to the codomain of G, and codomain of G is C. So G of f is a function from A to C. So that is why here we are operating beta first and then alpha. Alright, because if we look at alpha, it is a function from A to A, beta is again a function from A to A, but the order will be from right to left, like in GOF. Okay, so this is equal to alpha beta. Now find what is beta alpha. So this is 1 2 3. Now 1 3 2, this is our beta, and for alpha we have 1 2 3 2 3 1 alpha. Now what is the product equal to? So 1 2 3. Now 1 is mapped to 2 and in alpha, and beta maps 2 to 3, right? This is what is happening. So the image of 1 under beta alpha will be 3. Now let us find what is image of 2. So 2 is mapped to 3 under alpha and 3 is mapped to 2 under beta. So the image of 2 will be 2 itself. Now if we look at image of 3, so 3 is mapped to 1 under alpha and 1 is mapped to itself. So the image of 3 will be equal to 1. So you can see beta alpha is this permutation, alpha beta is equal to this permutation, and you can clearly see that alpha beta is not equal to beta alpha. Alright, so the commutative property is not holding true here. Alright, so alpha beta is not equal to beta alpha. Now let us see what is alpha square. Alpha square simply means operating alpha with itself 2 times. So we will be having 1 2 3 2 3 1 operated with 1 2 3 2 3 1. Okay, so let us see what it will be equal to. So now this will be equal to 1 2 3. Now image of 1 under 2 is 2 and image of 2 under 3 2 under alpha is 3. So we will be having 3 here. Now image of 2 under alpha here is 3 and then the image of 3 under alpha here is 1. So it will be mapped to 1 and 3 के लिए we will be having 3 is mapped to 1 and 1 is mapped to 2. So this is what we will have. Okay, so this is what alpha square is. Now alpha inverse. What is alpha inverse? That we have to find. Now alpha is basically a function which is mapping 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 1, right? This is what alpha is doing. Now what will alpha inverse do? Alpha inverse will reverse everything which was done by alpha. So if alpha was mapping 1 to 2, it will alpha inverse will map 2 to 1. Alright, so alpha inverse will map 2 to 1. Now alpha was mapping 2 to 3, so alpha inverse will reverse it. It will map 3 to 2. And alpha was mapping 3 to 1 and now alpha inverse will map 1 to 3. Alright, so this is what basically alpha inverse will do. It will reverse everything which was done by alpha. So alpha was the permutation here. You can see 1 2 3 2 3 1 2 3 1. Yes, this is what alpha was. Now if you look at alpha inverse and you try to write it in array form, from this permutation which we have, we will be having 1 2 3 as our domain. Now 1 is mapped to 3, 2 is mapped to 1 and 3 is mapped to 2. This is what we got, right? This is our alpha inverse. And every time there is no need to find alpha inverse using this way. What you can simply do is, let me first write alpha inverse here, 1 2 3 3 1 2. What you can simply do to find the inverse of any permutation is, like if you have alpha written as 1 2 3 2 3 1, then to find alpha inverse, first of all write your domain which is 1 2 3 here. Now see the lower row and find what is 1, where is 1 and what is the element on the top of it. It is 3, so the image of 1 under alpha inverse will be 3. Now similarly find where is 2 and which element is at its top, which is 1 here, so we will be writing 1 under 2. And for 3 we can see 2 is above it, so we will be writing 2. So basically what we are doing is, we are making the actually second row of the permutation as the first one and then reordering the elements of the top row accordingly, right? So in a similar manner, if someone is asking to find what is the inverse of beta, so let me just write beta inverse here. So I will first of all write 1 2 3, which will be our domain for beta inverse also. And now 1 is having its image 1 itself, 2 is mapped to 3, 2 will be mapped to 3 and 3 will be mapped to 2. So this is what we will have. So this is beta inverse. Alright, so this is how we can operate the permutations, and you can see that the commutative property is not holding true. Alpha beta is not equal to beta inverse, and how we can find the inverses, alright, of any permutation. Now these are few permutations and let us see how we can operate these permutations to find tau sigma, sigma square mu, and sigma inverse tau sigma. So let us do the first problem, finding tau sigma. So for that, one way is the way which we followed earlier, where we were writing these permutations in array form and then operating them from right to left. Now here I will be using another way. That way can also be used to find the product. So let me write tau first and then sigma. 1 2 3 4 5 6 3 1 4 5 6 2. Alright, this is what we have. Now in the last class we saw how we can write any permutation in cycle form. We can write it as cycle or the product of cycles. So let us write tau as cycle. So 1 is mapped to 2, 2 is mapped to 4, 4 is mapped to 3, and 3 is again mapped to 1, and therefore the cycle is closing. So 1 2 3 4 are done. Now we are left with 5 and 6. So 5, it is mapped to 6 and 6 is mapped to 5 itself. So this is what we have, the cycle form of tau. Now let us write the cycle form of sigma. So 1 is mapped to 3, 3 is mapped to 4, 4 is mapped to 5, 5 is mapped to 6, 6 is mapped to 2, and 2 is mapped again to 1. So this is what we have. Now we will be finding the product of sigma in cycle form directly. Okay, so let us see how we can do that. Here also we will be moving from right to left, alright, in this direction. So here also consider 1. Now 1 is mapped to 3 in the rightmost cycle. Then in the second cycle you can see there is no 3 present. It simply means that 3 is mapped to itself here. So 3 is mapped to itself, and in the leftmost cycle you can see 3 is mapped to 1. So this is what we have, and clearly 1 is mapped to itself. Therefore, so in tau sigma you can see 1 is mapped to itself, and we can close the bracket. Now let us start with 2. So you can see 2 is mapped to 1 in the rightmost cycle. Then there is no 1 present in the middle one. So therefore 1 is mapped to itself. Now 1 is mapped to 2. So you can again see 2 is mapped to itself. Now let us start with 3. 3 is mapped to 4. 4 is mapped to itself in the second one, and here 4 is mapped to 3. So you can again see that 3 is also mapped to itself. Now for 4, 4 is mapped to 5, 5 is mapped to 6. Here you can see there is a mapping for 5, a different mapping for 5, and in the leftmost you can see 6 is mapped to itself. There is no 6 present, so 4 is mapped to 6. Now let us find what is the image of 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 are done. Now we will find the image of 6. 6 is mapped to 2 here. Now in the middle one 2 is mapped to itself, and now here 2 is mapped to 4. This is what we have. So 6 is mapped to 4. So we can see here 4 is already present. We can close the cycle. Now 6 is also done. Only 5 is left. Let us see whether 5 is mapped to itself. So 5 you can see here is mapped to 6. In the middle one 6 is mapped to 5 again, and in the leftmost you see there is no 5 present, so 5 is mapped to itself, and therefore this is what we have. Now we know that if there is any cycle of length 1 which is having just one element like this, this, this and this, we can avoid them. So we can write tau sigma as 4 6, a cycle 4 6 itself. It is clearly a cycle of length 2. So this is what tau sigma is. Similarly, you can find what is sigma square mu, sigma inverse, tau sigma, Alright, so you can try those questions